10 more predictions. These are my favorite sort of videos. Let's just jump straight into number one. Well, Evolving Skies. I've been saying it for so long that the best time to buy Evolving Skies was yesterday. And it probably rings no truer now than it did 6 months ago or 12 months ago or 2 years ago or when the set first launched. It's currently $1,830 a booster box. And it ain't getting any cheaper. My prediction in the next 9 months, this is what I think will happen in the next 9 months of Evolving Skies. There's a very common trend that I talk about when it comes to booster box pricing, particularly good booster boxes. It's a bit more difficult to put this theory or pattern into play with some of the lesser known or lesser popular sets, but a really popular set, we're talking sets like Cosmic Eclipse, Team Up recently, Evolving Skies, Fusion Strike. What happens is they start off here, they take a very large rise in price, they level out for a period of time, then they take another very large rise in price. And what I think we'll see in Evolving Skies over the next 9 months is the next 3 to 6 months, I think it'll be quite calm. And then all of a sudden we'll see another massive uptick in price. And the big question is, in 9 months' time, where will it be? My opinion is we'll be sitting at $2,500 a booster box in the next 9 months, which puts us into, first quarter or end of first quarter next year. It's not too far away. It's crazy. Evolving Skies is bucking the trend. It's a crazy booster box price. Number 2 on my list, 151 Ultra Premium Collection. This gains us 2 cards that came in the Japanese set that come as promos in the Ultra Premium Collection. Of course, that beautiful Mew promo, stunning card. And 151, so much nostalgia. Currently at $349 for the UPC. Now, I think this is a much stronger UPC in terms of pack selection than, say, the 25th anniversary Ultra Premium Collection, which is currently sitting at about $500. Mind you, the 2 promos that come inside the 25th anniversary box, if you haven't seen them, the gold Charizard and the gold Pikachu are absolutely phenomenal. So look, maybe the promos are a bit better in this, but the pack a bit better in that, but the pack selection is a bit better in 151 because it's 151. So with that in mind, I think it's going to reach the same sort of price as the 25th anniversary UPC, which is $500 in the next 12 months. That's where I see it sitting. I see it going from a $350 UPC up to a $500 UPC in the next 12 months. Number 3, Magikarp, probably the most discussed Pokemon card from the whole Scarlet and Violet era. Maybe Bubble Mew's up there, maybe the Umbreon EX from Prismatic Evolutions, but this for me is the one that's just bucked the trend. Quite often when a chase card comes out, it comes out up here, it comes out really hot, then it'll dip in price as more supply hits the market. Think of Pikachu, for argument's sake, from Surging Sparks. Countless examples there. Think of, you can almost name anything. Greninja to a degree, and then that popped up back in price, but nothing has done what Magikarp has done. What Magikarp has done is come out of the gate at like a $15 card. It was so cheap when it first came out. Then it went up a little bit, then it went back down to like a $25 card, and then it's just been a steady rise up ever since. It's currently at $237. I don't know if I've ever seen a card do that. Come out of the gate at $15 and all of a sudden climb up to $237. It's insane. In the next 12 months though, don't forget Paldean Evolved will be out of rotation. And I think, the general rule of thumb is for chase cards, especially popular chase cards, they will gain some traction once a set goes out of rotation. Now, people always tell me, hey, look, a lot of cards drop in price when they go out of rotation. Yeah, of course, competitive cards drop out of, when they drop out of rotation, quite often they do drop in price because, where's the demand for those cards anymore? But the strong chase cards, the collector's cards, the cards people want in a PSA 10, etc., they're the ones that will continue to rise up in price, particularly when it goes out of rotation. So Magikarp I see being a $300 card raw in the next 12 months when it goes out of rotation. Have a look at the PSA 10 prices. They're going absolutely bonkers, and that's what's pushing raw price, and that's what's pushing booster box price for Paldean Evolved. It's that cause and effect. Cause and effect of the PSA 10 price is dragging up the raw price, which is also dragging up the booster box because people want to pull fresh Magikarps out of there. Doing some fishing. Number 4 on the list, Paldean Fates. It's currently at $183 an Elite Trainer box. That is out of the gate hot. That is an expensive Elite Trainer box. Whew. That's come out of the gate way hotter than something like Crown Zenith, which, if you look at the 2 sets, if you look at the Elite Trainer box for Crown Zenith versus the Elite Trainer box for Paldean Fates, one might argue that Crown Zenith is a better Pokemon card set. I think I would. I think Crown Zenith is a better Pokemon card set than Paldean Fates. It is sitting with the bigger chase card though, Paldean Fates, with that beautiful Bubble Mew, which goes for big dollars. $183, like I said, currently. I see it being $300 in 2 years. And who knows, maybe you'll even get there quicker, particularly if it doesn't get another reprint. Keep in mind, Paldean Fates, like Paldea Evolved that I just mentioned, is going out of rotation early next year. So it's not too far away that that set is out of rotation. And that's why in the next 2 years, I think we see this going to $300 a booster box. Number 5 on my list, speaking of Fates, Hidden Fates, going back in time to Sun and Moon era. Now, hasn't this set absolutely ballooned in price in the last 3 or so months? It's $380 US Elite Trainer box, nearly $400 US. Crazy. Now, like I said before, what happens quite often when a set rapidly rises up in price for a sealed product, it can peter off for a little while. I think the market needs to absorb Hidden Fate's new price. Like, it's rapidly shot from $200 to $400 in such quick succession. I think the market needs some time to go, yeah, this is a $400 Elite Trainer box and it's going to get a bit rarer. But keep in mind, there was so much of this product printed. It was getting reprinted deep into Sword and Shield. Like, it was everywhere. It was still in vending machines. Look, pricing wasn't cheap. It was still a little bit difficult to find at retail, but it was still everywhere. So the market, I think, needs to absorb this new price a little bit. So in the next 18 months, I think this is going to rise to a $500 Elite Trainer box. I think it'll break through that barrier. Halfway point, quick shout out to today's video sponsor, which is of course the Collector app. If you don't have it, please download it. There'll be a link in the description to download it. It's the best place as a collector and investor to put all your sealed and singles product in there. You can put all your sealed, all your singles. It'll show you up-to-date pricing on them. If you want to download and become a pro member, it does unlock some new features like full-time data on a single and a sealed product, so you can see how it's been performing over time. It also gives you access to free giveaways, and the new one is set analytics for a set. You can jump in and see total set value. That is really important for investors, particularly when it comes to investing in sealed product, because you want to know the total set value. That gives you a good indication of how that sealed product is going to perform into the future. Again, link in the description. Number 6, Team Up, the big Team Up, $7,250 US a booster box. The big question is, when is it going to break through that $10,000 US price point? And in my eyes, it's not too far away. And you know what? This set, Team Up, it sort of reminds me of, because it was so short printed. Look, I know it sits within a Sun and Moon block, and I know it's the first set that comes with Tag Team Pokemon. Like, that's a big breakthrough, and there was 4 important sets sitting in that block of the Tag Team Pokemon and that mechanic for the TCG. But it feels like Team Up sort of stands alone, and I don't really know why, other than the fact that maybe it was so short printed. And it almost reminds me a little bit like Call of Legends. Like, Call of Legends was almost like this standalone set after Heart Gold, Soul Silver era, and it felt like a standalone set. And Team Up for me somehow feels like that. Now, Call of Legends is going for over $20,000 a booster box. Team Up, based on its total set value, based on the chase cards, based on that conversion rate to gemming some of those chase cards, like of course that Latias and Latios, and what prices they go for, you know, I think this is going to break through that $10,000 barrier in the next 12 months. Number 7 on my list is Destined Rivals. Now, set value. I think, of course, this is such a fresh set. We're going to see rinse and repeat of reprints coming for this set. Like, it's not like it's just one and done. It's not like they're never going to reprint Destined Rivals again. It's going to be a bit like Surging Sparks. We're going to see that drip feed of reprints of things like booster bundles, 3-pack blisters, individual blisters, elite trainer boxes, etc. Perhaps booster boxes, of course, although they seem to be being reprinted a little bit less often than what they were in the past. But either way, I think once we see more supply in the market, my prediction here is that the total set value will drop a little bit. It's remained quite steady actually over the last couple of months since this set was launched, surprisingly. Hasn't seen that massive dip, but there are some singles inside here that I just go for. I really don't think that's a $50 single. I think total set value for Destined Rivals will dip a little bit, and then over time, of course, once it's out of rotation, like I said before, we'll probably see this total set value with those top hits start to rebound again and come back to life. Number 8 on the list, Fusion Strike. This has been the topic of the year, hasn't it? It's currently at $738 US a booster box. That's an insane price. The big question for this one though, just like Team Up, when was that going to hit 10K, is when will Fusion Strike hit 1K, $1,000 US? In my mind, I think it's going to be in the next 12 months. I really do. I think in 12 months time, Fusion Strike will be a $1,000 booster box. And it's weird, isn't it? Because Look, total set value is quite high, but it's really carried by 2 cards inside this set. Of course, the Gengar and the Espeon VMAX, both beautiful Pokemon cards, particularly the Espeon. I've said for a long time I prefer that Espeon in terms of its artwork and the aesthetic of the card over the Umbreon from Evolving Skies. Unpopular opinion perhaps, but that's just personal preference. I love that Espeon card. I wish I had one. It's a fantastic looking Pokemon card. Those cards will carry that set. The box art, the collectability of Fusion Strike will push that set way up. I think it's going to be $1,000 in the next 12 months. Number 9 on my list, Umbreon EX from Prismatic Evolutions. This will remain the most expensive Pokemon card from the whole of Scarlet and Violet era. Now that might sound like a little bit of a no-brainer, but there's going to be Pokemon cards nipping at its heels. We do have other big chase cards from the whole Scarlet and Violet era. You know, when we think of them, we think of the Greninja, we think of the Magikarp, Greninja from Twilight, of course, Magikarp from Paldea. We think of the Bubble Mew from Paldean Fates. We think of the Pikachu from Surging Sparks. We think of the Rocket's Mew or Giovanni's Mewtwo, Rocket, I don't know, whatever it is, Mewtwo from Destined. They're all the chase cards that you think of, and you go, well, hold on. You know, none of them are probably ever going to come close to this Umbreon from Prismatic Evolutions. Not only is supply hard to get of Prismatic Evolutions, we know pull rates are tough. Pull rates are very, very tough, which is going to push up the price or keep the price high for Umbreon. It has been dipping, and rightly so. I've said this 100 times. That's what happens. When a set first comes out, as more supply hits the market, more PSA hits the market, more raw copies hit the market, it's just going to put some downward pressure on the price. It's just natural. It's more supply hitting the market. Unless we see some massive increase in demand, then it's probably going to put more downward pressure on that card. But it will, in my opinion, remain the most expensive chase card from the whole Scarlet and Violet era. Number 10 to finish off, Crown Zenith Elite Trainer Boxes, currently going for $176. Where will it be in 12 months' time? Now, this is the interesting thing. A Crown Zenith Elite Trainer Box is less than a Paldean Fates Elite Trainer Box. That blows my mind a little bit. And maybe it's print runs, maybe Crown Zenith has seen too much printing, maybe it's that lack of, and I've said this before about Crown Zenith, maybe it's that lack of that mega chase card. You know, where's that $400-500 raw chase card inside Crown Zenith? It doesn't exist. There's so much depth inside it and so many beautiful chase cards, but there's no absolute real banger that A, it's worth 500 raw, and B, if it grades a PSA 10, it's worth over $1,000 US. That doesn't exist in Crown Zenith, so maybe that's why. Maybe it's a print run. Either way, it's $176 in the next 12 months. I do think we're due for an uptick in Crown Zenith. Look, I think the rise we've seen over the last 6 months is just a start on Crown Zenith. It's only going to get rarer. It's only going to put pressure on sealed product to go up in price. I think it's going to be nudging $300 in the next 12 months. There we go, 10 predictions. Love these videos. Hope you guys and girls do as well. I'm Michael. This is PokeOz. Catch you everyone next time.